Uh, I'm doing a quick stream out, a little bit of a response, real quick, just a thought, nothing long. Um, I went over there to this channel and it popped up, and I just woke up. I had taken a nap because I had had a long day just out and about, and so I did. Um, I enjoyed my day. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. And so I enjoyed my day. I spent the day with my husband, and we had childcare for the whole day. For my daughter, she's in elementary school, and we made the day our own. We had planned it. We had been planning since last week what we were going to do for Valentine's Day, and I don't know. Me and my husband, we just I don't know. We kind of like those people that just like, what do we want to do? You know what I mean? We don't necessarily do what people think is traditional to do. Like, I guess we just kind of, we've been together for a while. We're kind of past that. Um, Doing so-called typical Valentine's Day. People who are dating and just getting to know each other and all that. They have all this stress involved. I got to buy this ring. I got to get that. I got to spend all this money. I got to get flowers and what is it? Candies that cost $30. All of that type of stuff. So we kind of just make like we do anything. We just make it our own. So we plan to have today to spend together. And so we spent, and that's the thing. I mean, when some stuff is so normal, it's like, how do you outdo that when you have holidays? How do you do something extra, right? And so I guess we don't really focus on that. We eat out all the time. Um, we buy stuff spontaneously, buy each other stuff, buy gifts, give gifts, it's kind of normal, and we're not people who work Monday through Friday hard grinding and don't get to see each other that much. So we spend a lot of time together on a daily basis. So it's like, oh, we finally get to see each other. So it's kind of like this, like, what are we gonna do just to have a day we both enjoy together? That's kind of where we at with it. And so we started out the day by going to this market. And so I'm gonna make like a little, what do you call it? A little photo thing. I guess you say like a little montage of photos because I was taking pictures. It was kind of cool because we went to this market. It's a drive-through, a drive-in theater. It's called Starlight Drive-In, and so they have like a whole bunch of people. It's like an open market. This is very common in Europe, where they just have these open markets. People set up for the day and they sell really cool stuff, and then lots of people come. I love the markets, like Camden Market in the UK. I love that market. I love markets internationally. Our markets are not so, great in America. We never had a market culture really. But anyway, so we went to the market. Um, it's an outdoor market. They take this drive-in movie theater, and they turn it into on a Saturday and Sunday. They turn it into a big open marketplace. And so it's kind of cool because this is a place where Mexican and black people, that's pretty much all that's there. Mexicans and blacks. And so you see Mexican people and black people buying from each other, talking to each other. And you realize that we're not that different. As people might think. A lot of times people think that black people don't know Mexican people and we don't interact. Well, we do, actually. We really do. And so had this taco fetish going on for like 3, 4 days, and so I got itis, so that's why we didn't go to the. We were supposed to go to the Mexican grocery store, but I had the itis by that point. I ain't gonna lie, I overate. I ain't gonna lie. You know, you start eating and you like, okay, I think I'm getting full, and that's the point. You should have stopped and you didn't, right? Because I had ramen noodles, and if you try to take those, they're gonna turn to mush. You have to eat the ramen noodles um, completely, or you throw them away. That's it. So anyway, we went to that market, and I wanted some perfumes, like you know. And so my husband got me some perfumes, and then he got some. What do you call them? What's that man? Deion Sanders shoes. He bought some Deion Sanders shoes, it's secondhand, of course. And we bought some stuff from the Mexican people. because I'm dedicated to making burrito tacos and other kind of tacos and stuff like that. So I bought some seasonings and stuff from the Mexican people. And what else did we get? We got some other stuff. I can't remember right now. But anyway, that's what we did. We went to the market and we walked the market for an hour, hour and a half or whatever. And then we traipsed across town and then we had went to a couple of stores and looked around and bought some stuff. And then we went and had, I guess you would say, evening lunch. It was so good. We had planned it. We had looked at the menu and the place and stuff. And so we went to this Mexican spot. It was amazing because it was like a whole bunch of black couples eating at the same Mexican spot. It is definitely like in the Mexican culture. Like it's in their community. It's in there. It's not one of those Tex-Mex white folks go places. It's not. It was totally in the Latino community. So we were looking at, my husband found the spot. And so we were looking at that and we went based on what we saw. And it was just amazing. Went in there and it was like all these other black couples having their Valentines eating tacos. And so that was kind of cool. It was unexpected to see, so, like the place is full of black couples and random Mexican people. It's a Mexican owned restaurant, but that food was so goddamn good. I would definitely be going back. So we got like horchata. My husband got mango drink, and I got a burrito. I got a burrito. No, I got a regular street taco, and then I got this big bowl of ramen burrito, and my husband got burrito tacos and rice and beans, and then we got tres leche. We went all the way out. We got all the stuff, and so the place was very inexpensive. So we just we got everything we wanted, and it was good, and I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed just hanging out with him, laughing, talking, and we do that every day. We do that every day. Breakfast. We do that every day. So it was just good because we actually had the ability to go out together, us two, just us two. We usually take our daughter, but just be us two and having childcare for the whole day. And so we just had a good fucking time. And I was like full as hell. And I was like, I gotta rest. And so I came home and relieved the sitter, and I'm chilling. And my husband, he's I don't know, I think he's watching some games or something. He continued onward to watch some games. He likes sports. I have no care for sports. But anyway, um, I was talking to AB Media. I just popped up because they can't see me in the chat. He's got me blocked, and I got him blocked. So I guess we even. So the only way I can communicate is to go on the on the damn what you call it on the damn panel. And I got up there. Boy, them dudes are so angry about Valentine's Day. They so bitter. They so bitter about Valentine's Day. I was like, they over here coping, coping, coping. Every time, yeah, And Charles Faulkner, poor Charles Faulkner. He's so angry that it should be illegal to have that much bitterness in one person. Um, he's given up. He's given up on the good things in life. Poor baby. And you just let people like that be. Just let them be. They just angry and bitter, and that's who they want to be. God damn it, that's who they want to be. Um, but he was over there. You could tell people really want to be loved, and that's why the bitterness is so deep. That's why they got so much to say. That's why they so invested because they want that shit like you wouldn't believe. They really, really want to be loved. They really, really want to be in a relationship. And so the ones that do the most hooping and hollering about how it sucks and it ain't this and that, they the ones that want it the most. And I know that. I'm not fucking stupid. I know that. If it didn't mean nothing to you, you wouldn't even be talking about it. If it really wasn't shit, you wouldn't even have no conversation for it. You'd be like, oh, that, let me go watch sports. You just turn your attention to something else. So I know for a fact that it means everything to him. He's dedicated and in need. That's why I told BGS. I said, man, these dudes, black men have been neglecting themselves for years, and it's partly cultural. And it's time for black men. That's the real liberation. Black men living longer, healthier, happier lives. And that includes mental health. And I feel that way. It ain't got nothing to do with no fucking stupid ass manosphere. I think black men need to love themselves enough. to get my grandfather died of prostate, unknown, shit be wrong and they just ignore it, you know. My husband has high blood pressure. We have to monitor these things. We have to care. Your life has value. You have to care about it. Treat your life like it matters, Treat yourself like you love yourself. And that's one of the things that I think BGS, he just don't care about it. And that's fine, but um don't treat me like I'm crazy for saying that that's probably a fucking priority. Because if your ass is dead, you're not going to be productive or none of this other shit you're talking about. But anyway, I'm not going to get on that rant. But clearly, I mean, Charles Faulkner, just listening to him, they think everybody's all emotional and everybody's all, romantic and Valentine, they're just so wound up with all these stereotypes. And it's mental health. It's mental health. And I have said this before. I think a lot of these dudes are bordering on jumping off a roof. You can hear the way they talk. There's not healthiness there. That bitterness will eat your ass up. Because let me tell you something, I don't care what come out your mouth, everybody want to be loved. Everything on the planet want to be loved. Everything, everybody, everything, and everybody. You can't deny that, and you know that's true because when people start talking anti-love and anti-marriage, you see the passion and the emotion that comes forth. That ain't nothing but a desire, a real desire to be loved. And these are the institutions of love: marriage and children and family. Those are the institutions that bring forth love and support. And so when you hear people, talking down and all that stuff, oh, you dedicated, you want it bad, you want it worse than anybody. Marriage is practical, but it comes with those benefits. Family is practical, but it comes with those benefits. And unfortunately, I think that, that romanticization of relationships has done this damage in the Western culture. I always thought that. The romanticizing of everything, making, even Valentine's Day, in my opinion, is too romanticized, but it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna do what it do. And I say romanticize because I think that what happens, unfortunately, with holidays like Valentine's Day, no matter how long or short people know each other, I think there's like a feeling that you got to make it something, this ideal. I got to spend a lot of money on this perfect restaurant, and I got to buy these expensive gifts and give things that people really don't need. And I was even thinking about that when I was buying Valentine's gifts for my daughter's teachers. I was like, do I give them, like, everybody's selling plush, I've always kind of like, ugh. Do I need anybody to give me a teddy bear with a heart? Nah, what I'm gonna do with it? So I got them some, what do you call them? The mugs or whatever with the straw. That's what I got. Something they can use, something practical. I'm a practical ass woman, and so it came in a Valentine's bag. But these are like water, hydration. This is something you can use every day. It don't got nothing to do with Valentine's. They were not designed with hearts and shit all over. So anyway, and that's kind of how I think about Valentine's Day. I think it should be, in my opinion, a time when people really come together and spend it with people they love, and you should do that anyway, but maybe that's the day to just say, if I ain't told people I love them, let me tell them today. And I think that's really it. The romanticized stuff, got to buy $500 rings and boxes of chocolates and $100 worth of flowers. Man, I grow flowers all year long. I don't need you to buy me no $100 flowers. And I don't, I buy chocolates. I eat Russian chocolate. I go buy that shit when I want it. I'm good. I don't need you to do that. But the time, the heart to heart. Like I said, we do that every day. Me and my husband, we eat breakfast together. We look at each other. We eat together. We talk and we communicate. So there's no catching up and stuff like that. Some missed opportunities. Not like that for us, but for some people it is. And I think it's important for people to take a moment. And if nothing else on Valentine's Day, whether it's your grandmama or your neighbor, just say, I love you and I appreciate you. That's how Valentine's Day, I think, is really meant to be on the practical level, is a chance just to say, if I never told you before, that I see you, I appreciate you, and I love you. then you have no regrets. That's my thoughts. And so, to anybody who did not connect today, maybe we can connect tomorrow to people we didn't get to tell. I love you, I see you, and I appreciate you. Because every day is a good day to do that. All right, those are my thoughts, Ashe. All right, bye. Happy Valentine's.